time to call your lawyer.
Let's do just that and get in contact with our friend and attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. See what he's got to say about the question of the day, which if you've sent one in recently, maybe this is yours that's going to be covered. You might want to perk your ears up to see. A couple of things I need to tell you first, though, just to make sure you're on the safe side. And by that, I mean you should not take what you're about to hear as specific legal advice in your specific situation. There's absolutely no way anybody could do that without you sitting down across them face to face and going over the facts with you. Now, many attorneys offer a free consultation. I know Bruce L. Scheiner and Associates certainly do, so you might want to take advantage of that and get some more specific advice for your specific situation. In the meantime, what we can tell you to do or not do is don't sign anything, don't make any statements or let anybody record any statements until you speak to a professional. Best advice we can pass along for the moment. And if you've got a question, we'll tell you how to send it in here coming up in a moment. Let's welcome our friend and attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner at Kicks Country 92.9. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Todd. You're looking great this morning.
Thank you. Oh, the new webcam is working, huh?
It is.
I'm glad that I actually combed my hair this morning then. By the way, it is a pleasure to have you back on this morning to throw your expertise at a problem. I'm going to warn you in advance that we have another motorcycle issue coming up here. Now, I know that you and your vast experience have dealt with motorcycle cases a lot, right?
Yes, sir. A large part of our practice is representing injured motorcycle riders.
Is it fair to say that that's a specialty when it comes to personal injury law?
I would call it a area of concentration or a subspecialty.
In other words, you don't want just anybody on your case. You want somebody with experience.
No, absolutely. You want, if you're going to interview a personal injury lawyer before you hire him, you want to make sure that a good part of their practice is representing motorcycle riders, and they've had vast experience in doing that.
Yeah, there's an old saying I heard somewhere. If you do go to court, that is, if you do go to court, you get one bite at the apple one day in court. You want to make sure you got the right ammunition, so to speak. So let me read you the email here. We'll see what you have to say. It says, I was riding on a motorcycle that was rear-ended, and I sustained significant injuries, including a broken leg, which required surgery. The at-fault driver only had $10,000 in coverage, and the motorcycle driver had only $25,000 in uninsured motorist coverage. I live at home with my parent, and we have 3 vehicles with full coverage. My bills have exceeded both the at-fault driver and motorcycle driver's coverage. I was told by a friend that car insurance won't cover you on a motorcycle. Is that true? Can I get help? Well, first of all, you can, but I'm not sure the best help's going to come from your friend unless, they're a professional in the business as well. What do you think, Bruce?
I think that they need to contact a personal injury lawyer that has a lot of experience handling motorcycle claims. And the key to this case is, they could recover $10,000 from the at-fault and $25,000 from the motorcycle insurance, uninsured motorist coverage.
Right.
But they talk about having 3 vehicles insured that have uninsured motorist coverage.
That's true.
Hopefully, their uninsured motorist coverage is stacked, which means that you take each of the policies and add them together. So, for example, if they had $100,000 of coverage on each policy, this person would be entitled to collect up to $300,000, which would go a long way in helping satisfy their damages.
And that's a very good way of bringing up that topic for just a real quick discussion or reminder, because we do cover it a lot when we talk to you. It is so important to make sure that you have first uninsured motorist coverage, but certainly also that it's stacking, right?
Yeah, stacking uninsured motorist coverage is the most important coverage that somebody could obtain.
I think a lot of folks think, well, the chances of me being hit by somebody who doesn't have any insurance, that's no big deal. But truly, there are a lot of drivers, far too many on the road without insurance.
I make a very rough estimate, but I would say 50% of the drivers in Florida either have no insurance by no insurance, I mean no bodily injury liability insurance that covers when you're injured, or they have the minimum coverage of $10,000.
So that would be considered underinsured, and again, that falls under the same umbrella, if you will. All right.
Right.
So,
but it doesn't do anything to help you if you are in a significant accident.
Right. Okay. Well, that's where we got to begin, obviously. Peel away the layers of the various policies here and see what exists. And that's when my eyes start to glaze over. I don't understand it enough. Most of us lay people don't. You turn to a professional, you're going to get a lot further, a lot faster. So I do appreciate you weighing in on this today, and I hope that it brings them some degree of relief for the future, the possible future.
Well, I hope and pray that they add stacking uninsured motorist coverage.
Absolutely. If they've listened to this program any length of time and heeded our advice, then definitely they do, and we certainly hope so. Bruce, thanks again for helping out this week on behalf of our writer, who's a rider, a motorcycle rider, and myself, who just brings you the questions. We appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure to help, Todd.
Looking forward to a conversation next week as well, because we always learn so much from you, sir. Let's give it up for attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. Let me tell you how to get your question answered maybe as early as next Wednesday. Simply write to us with as much detail as you are comfortable doing. You'll notice nobody ever gets personal details revealed, so feel free. And send it in to us through our website at kickscountry929.com. We'll pass it on to Bruce for consideration. Just look for Bruce L. Scheiner on the homepage at kickscountry929.com. Now, in the meantime, if you've got something that you really need fast answers for, then you need to call the local office in Port Charlotte. Would you do that? Tell them that Todd sent you. They'll take very good care of you and squeeze you in as quickly as possible for a consultation. 941-743-7777. Call Bruce L. Scheiner in his Port Charlotte office at 941-743-7777. In the meantime, don't accidentally give away your rights by signing something or saying something. Speak to a professional first at 941-743-7777. And tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.